Nithyanandam. I am Nithyananda for NTV News Live from Dhyanapidam Ashram, Vidadi. It's Monday, April 4th, 2011. The headlines: Morning satsang on topic
Awaken your supernatural powers.
Administrative head of Tiruvannamalai ashram invites Swamiji for their 4th anniversary on April 17th. In exploring Vedic tradition,
Swayambu Linga.
Now for the main news. In the morning satsang, Swamiji spoke on the topic Awaken your supernatural powers. In this sutra, Patanjali is giving us the technique to achieve extraordinary powers like being able to see anything, touch anything, smell anything, taste anything and hear anything that existed at any space and time. It's almost like making you as Ishvara or God. This sutra is a direct technique to Ishitva. He's taking us to the last siddhi, almost leading us to enlightenment. We have a small clip of the morning message for you.
He is almost leading us to the enlightenment. But almost, not exactly. He is taking us to the last siddhi. It's called Ishitva. You need to understand the technicality of the Ishitva. Ishitva is a last step from where you can decide to become one with the cosmos and be enlightened, or sit in the, it's almost like a doorstep. You can sit there and play with all the powers and do some show to the world and disappear into enlightenment. But usually there is no danger of falling down from that place. Means like again becoming a bound personality. Sacred secret in the sutra is use pradīpa to awaken the extraordinary powers like able to see anything you want anywhere, able to smell anything you want anywhere, happened at any time and space. I can exactly tell you when the Meenakshi's marriage happened, how the smell of the room was, how the havan was happening, what was the smell of all those herbs, and what was the smell of the flowers, what was the smell of the flower she was wearing. I can tell you exactly the whole scene. I'll describe. On Chitra Purnima day, we are going to have the Meenakshi marriage here, festival. Like how I described the Vyasa and Shankara's debate on Brahma Sutra, same way I'll describe. This time Chitra Purnima we are going to celebrate in Tiruvannamalai as the 4th anniversary of the Tiruvannamalai Dhyanapidam inauguration. We will have the Brahmotsavam in Bidadi. All of you should be aware, especially all the temples. This year onwards we will have one more additional Brahmotsavam for Meenakshi. Especially San Jose should celebrate this Brahmotsavam. It's a Meenakshi Tirukkalyanam. Meenakshi's Brahmotsavam for marriage festival. San Jose, keep in touch with Ambananda and you should celebrate this Brahmotsavam. So during this Brahmotsavam, all 10 days Kumkum will come from the Padakas. Meenakshi's presence will be there.
If you missed the morning message, you can watch it again in the evening, 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. It will also be available as a download on our website nithyananda.org. Soon after the morning satsang, the administrative head of Tiruvannamalai ashram felicitated Swamiji and invited him to their 4th anniversary on April 17th. Swamiji will be visiting Tiruvannamalai to join in their celebration and will also be conducting a dhyana satsang in the evening. These participants of the inner awakening that's coming up on 13th are lucky guys indeed, since they will get to visit with Swamiji and see Swamiji in his hometown, the place where he was born.
Nithyanandam Nithyanandame Anandam Nithyanandame Nithyanandam Nithyanandame 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 Govinda Gopala Keshava Madhava Narayana Rajiva Lochana Adi Sanadana Nithyanandam Nithyanandame
So it's always a big joy to receive prasadam from Arunachaleshwara. It's a garland from Arunachaleshwara. That's why I put it on myself. It's a joy to receive prasadam from Arunachaleshwara. Ramana Maharshi, even though he was a great incarnation, whenever a little vibhuti comes from Arunachaleshwara temple, he will get down from his seat and touch it on his forehead. See, till this moment I was talking about all this Ishwaratva, this, that. A little vibhuti or a garland can soak my throat. That's a greatness of Arunachaleshwara. He'll get down from the seat and apply it on his forehead, and it's a... So, as you all may be aware, the 4th anniversary of Tiruvannamalai Nithyananda Dhyanapedam will be celebrating on April 17th. Actually, all the whole inner awakening participants are going to come with me to Tiruvannamalai. This time special. That is why this time inner awakening is actually 22 days. Because one day we are going to the Chitra Purnami, Tiruvannamalai. Program we have made it as a 22 days. So the 21 days they can spend on inner awakening and one day bonus. All right. Again, my blessings. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, and share the eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
In other news, Sri Anandeshwara temple has started taking online offerings now. Yesterday, the pujaris at the temple performed Tarpanam for the departed souls. You can now perform Tarpanam online to help your near and dear ones who have left their body travel easily and pave the way for their conscious birth and enlightenment.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Om Ganana Antva Ganapatikam Havamahe Mupamashravastamam ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सेदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रयवतु श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् ॐ आचम्य केशवाय स्वाहा ॐ नारायणाय स्वाहा ॐ माधवाय स्वाहा गोविन्दाय नमः विष्णवे नमः मधुसूदनाय नमः त्रिविक्रमाय नमः वामनाय नमः श्रीधराय नमः हृषीकेशाय नमः पद्मनाभाय नमः दामोदराय नमः शङ्करशणाय नमः शिशिरऋतौ फाल्गुनमासे कृष्णपक्षे अमायां वासरः भानुवासरे शुभनक्षत्रे शुभयोगे शुभकर्ण एवं गणविशेषणविशिष्टायां शुभतिथौ श्रीमान् श्रीमतः गोत्रोद्भवस्य
विनय जोसेफ नामधेयस्य अमुदानाम्न्याः जयकुमार नामधेयस्य च
यजमानस्य आयुष्याभिवृद्ध्यर्थं यजमानस्य मम यजमानस्य आयुष्याभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मतो पितॄणाम् अक्षयपुण्यलोकफलावाप्त्यर्थं पर्वदिन पुण्यकालसमये अमायां वासरप्रयुक्ता माससाधप्रकृतिकानि तीर्थाख्यानश्राद्धाङ्गा तिलतर्पणानि करिष्ये నీళ్ళు వదిలిపెట్టేశాను ఓకే తదంగా పవిత్రధ్వజం ధృత్వా ఆచమనం చేసుకోండి ఒకసారి ఆచమ్య కేశవాయ స్వాహ నారాయణాయ స్వాహ మాధవాయ స్వాహ గోవిందాయ నమః విష్ణవే నమః మధుసూదనాయ నమః త్రివిక్రమాయ నమః వామనాయ నమః శ్రీధరాయ నమః హృషీకేశాయ నమః పద్మనాభాయ నమః దామోదరాయ నమః పవిత్రం తీసుకోండి ఓం పవిత్రవంతః పరివాచమాసతే పతేషాం ప్రత్నాభిరక్షతే వ్రతం మహస్సముద్రం వరుణస్థిరోదతే ధీరాయచ్చే గుర్ధరుణే స్మారభం పవిత్రం తే విశుతం బ్రహ్మణస్పతే ప్రభర్గాత్రాణి పరజేష విస్పతః అదప్తదనోర్నదదామో అశ్నుతే శృతాశయద్వహంతస్తత్సమాసతా నీరు వదిలిపెట్టేసాను ఒకసారి తదంగా దర్భదహిత తిలతర్పణాన్ని కరిష్యే ఆ దర్భలు పట్టుకోండి టేక్ తీస్తారు తిల అస్మత్పితॄణాం తదావాహ్యా అస్మత్పితॄణాం పితరంగోత్రాణం అస్యం గోత్రాణం భార్యాం తథా నమస్తర్పయామి ప్రపితామహ యథాశక్తి అమావాస్య ప్రయుక్త ప్రదోషకాల తర్పణేన భగవాన్ సర్వాత్మకః యజమానస్య మాతుః మాతామహానాం మాతుః పితామహానాం యజమానస్య పితుః పితామహానాం ప్రపితామహానాం శాశ్వత పుణ్యలోక అవాప్తి సిద్ధిరస్తు ఆచమ్య కేశవాయ స్వాహ నారాయణాయ స్వాహ మాధవాయ స్వాహ గోవిందాయ నమః విష్ణవే నమః మధుసూదనాయ నమః త్రివిక్రమాయ నమః వామనాయ నమః శ్రీధరాయ నమః ఋషికేశాయ నమః పద్మనాభాయ నమః దామోదరాయ నమః శంకరశరణాయ నమః వాసుదేవాయ నమః ప్రద్యుమ్నాయ నమః నిరుద్ధాయ నమః పురుషోత్తమాయ నమః అధోక్షదాయ నమః నారసింహాయ నమః అచ్యుతాయ నమః జనార్దనాయ నమః ఉపేంద్రాయ నమః హరయే నమః శ్రీకృష్ణాయ నమః శ్రీకృష్ణ పరబ్రహ్మణే నమో నమః.
Today is also Ugadi. Happy Ugadi to everyone. Ugadi is the New Year day for the Deccan region of India. This festival is a symbolic celebration of new life. They celebrate the coming of the new year by drinking traditionally made recipe mainly of neem leaves and jaggery or sugar cane, symbolically meaning take both the good and bad times of life as it comes. And that is all from us for tonight. Before we end our news today, we have for you a beautiful verse from Bhagavad Gita. One should uplift the self by the self and should not let the self down. For the self is the self's only friend and the self is the self's only enemy as well. Thank you for joining us and stay tuned for tomorrow's update on NTV Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam. Welcome to the next episode of Exploring into Vedic Tradition. Today we are going to deal with the subject of Swayambu Linga. Let us understand what Linga is. Linga is a Sanskrit word which means symbol. According to Puranic story, that is Linga Purana, which describes in detail the origin of Linga. The story says Lord Brahma, the creator, and Lord Vishnu, the sustainer, once had an argument among themselves as to whose job was more demanding and more useful, and therefore who was more important, needed for the world. So the argument went on and they could not find solution. Later, they took the guidance from Lord Shiva. They asked him for guidance. And Lord Shiva appeared there as a column of fire, huge column of fire. And he asked Brahma and Vishnu to find out or go and reach either of the ends. This, he said, will prove their superiority. So immediately Brahma took his Vahana, the swan, and started flying up. And Vishnu took the form of a boar and went down, digging down. It was ages. They kept on moving. Finally, Vishnu decided he could never reach the end. And that was the end of his search. And Brahma also could not reach the end. So, both of them were made to realize that the stamba or the column of fire had no beginning nor end. And this column of fire was later symbolically represented as the Linga. The Linga is, you can say, aparupa rupa. That means it is formless form. You cannot say it is formless, that is Parashakti. No, Parashiva. You cannot say it is that. Nor can you say it is a form. It is a state between form and formless. And if you look at the Linga here, the Lingas can be divided into three parts. The lowest part, the 1/3 of the lowest part, is considered to be the aspect of creativity, that is presided over by the creator, Lord Brahma. The middle part, that is the pedestal, Petam. It is also referred to in some texts as Parashakti, the dynamic power. And in the classification, the next 1/3, the middle part, is said to be the aspect of Vishnu, that is the sustainer. And the top 1/3 is the aspect of Shiva, that is the deity who rejuvenates, destroys the negatives and rejuvenates so that beings are led to the state of ultimate experience. And lingas, right from the Vedic period, were made in different ways. Let me give you a list of ways in which lingas were made. Shiva lingas could be made from 12 items: sand, rice, cooked food, clay, cow dung, butter, rudraksha seeds, ashes, sandalwood, darbha grass, flower garland, and molasses. These are the items with which lingas were fashioned. You have references in Puranas and Itihasa. Itihasa refers to Ramayana and Mahabharata. All of them have stories wherein many characters have made the linga with their hands and prayed to the Lord. And there is a reference What is the linga? What is the shape of the linga? It is an elliptical, iconic image, usually set on a circular base or pitam, as you can see here. The pitam represents Parashakti, the manifesting power of God. And there are lingas which are made by man, and certain lingas which are named as Swayambhu, meaning they have been formed by nature. It is not man-made. So those lingas, maybe due to the flow of the river, stone might have been turned into a linga. And there are references to particularly a place in Himalayas, western Himalayas, called Amarnath, where during winter time the ice in a cave forms in the shape of a linga. It is a very well-known pilgrimage center, Amarnath temple. So lingas which are formed on their own, they are called Swayambu Lingas. In our ashram, we have Swami. When he was in this city, he had a vision of an old banyan tree, and beneath that banyan tree he had the vision of a linga. So he came searching and he found the linga and the banyan tree. The banyan tree is considered to be more than 600 years old, and the linga has been in existence much before, since many of the people living around this area have given statements that this linga has been prayed to by many ancestors, and it has been a kalpaka vriksha, that is a wish fulfilling linga. Anybody and everyone for any of their prayers used to come here and pray to the linga. It was almost like as ancient as the sun, and now it is as new as the sun, because an enlightened master has found the linga and has installed it in a main sanctum, so that the energy that is present in this linga can be obtained by the needy people who need help in the form of physical health, wealth, wellness, well-being in their physical body and mental thinking, and every other form of boon. For that, this linga is so powerful, and since it has been installed by an enlightened master, the power is manifold. So Swayambu Linga, other than a man-made linga and installed by someone else, the Swayambu Linga, which is installed by an enlightened master, is so powerful that people who come here feel the effect of that prayer, and most of their prayers are answered. And this effect not only radiates in this immediate surrounding, you can feel the effect in the areas around, the villages around, because wherever they are, if they pray sincerely to this linga, their prayers are answered because of the power. It's an old linga, almost 1000 years old, and therefore the power is extremely high. Nithyananda.